Are you breathing straight air right now as we speak? In that section of the sofa? And I'm breathing transgender air. What's wrong with people? No, we were thinking, I just cut the phone. And you keep thinking that I know you want to give exposure. I don't want any exposure. If they talk behind my back, there is a reason, because they are behind me. So I'm not going to keep turning. I'll get spondylitis. Then they started typecasting me. इसको bitchy वाले scripts दे दो. क्योंकि अगर ये कुछ बोलेंगे, तो the men will also not feel bad. The women will also not feel bad. So give सुशांत प्रोड्यूसर को पूछा और उन लोग ने हमें कहा कि ये किसके लिए गाएंगे, मेल के लिए गाएंगे या फीमेल के लिए गाएंगे, तो हम आपको नहीं दे सकते. Much truth. Now they'll shake like this. इसको काम नहीं देंगे. वे ऐसे भी कहाँ दिए इतने सारे.
You know, the society asks you to be yourself, but then they judge you for being yourself. But my guest on the show today has never shied away from this. She has always chosen an unconventional path and emerged sassy and extremely savage. Joining me in a conversation on Woman Up Season 3 is Sushant Divgikar, aka Rani Kohinoor. Hi.
Hi, namaste.
Namaste.
As I say. You look gorgeous today.
You too.
Yes, this is my tribute to the disco era.
Before we start this interview and start this conversation, there are a few terms that I want you to explain in a layman's language that what it means. First being non-binary, transgender, queer, and gender fluid. These 4 terms, if you could just explain in one line what they mean.
So, all 4 of them are kind of interconnected. Now, I am a gender fluid trans person. Gender is binary. In a lot of people's head, it's either male or female. If you fall outside it, or you don't want to identify as male or female, or you identify as both or something in between, then that is non-binary. But I have both the energies in me. You know, it's very beautifully depicted in Ardhanareshwar. You know, there's Shiv and Shakti. So there are both energies. And I hate people who have like male, female and others. What is others?
It's on the forms we fill.
Yeah, what is others? What if I say transgender and others? How will you feel as a woman?
Yeah.
It's not fair. You have to say male, female and non-binary.
And that's why I asked you, my first question was, please educate and explain us this, because I'm sure like the best of us also don't know the definitions of these. Did you ever think of undergoing surgery to transform yourself completely into a woman?
I haven't yet thought about it because I'm very, very comfortable, as I said, with both the energies. And I just think that if I can depict both energies beautifully and in sync also, like there I can also depict a man, a woman when I want. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't have to be, you know, boxed into one gender. And that makes a lot of people, they'll be like, what rubbish are they talking? क्या बात कर रही है, क्या बात कर रहा है, ये तो छक्का है, ये है, वो है, गुड़ है. All of these things that they'll say, that's because they're not comfortable with their gender. I don't care if me being present here makes you uncomfortable. How fragile is your manhood? Are you a man? Don't question my gender, question yours. I have a 4-octave vocal range.
Wow.
That is very rare in the world. And this country needs to be proud of it, because I'm proud of being from this country. And I don't expect everybody to understand everything. It took me 30 years to understand I'm trans.
Yeah.
You know, I don't expect you to understand us, but respect us even from a distance. Just respect us.
I actually bumped into you at an event some time ago, and I entered the lounge room and I overheard you talking to someone saying that, you know, I was meant to change in the public washroom and I did not know whether I should enter the men's washroom or the women's washroom just so that they don't get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that line hit me hard. Is this a constant battle you have to face on a daily basis for the smallest of things?
For example, you're here.
Yeah.
Okay? you're a female, you identify as a woman.
Yeah.
If you have to use the toilet, or, you know, in this suite or at my house or in a hotel, you don't have to ask or tell people I'm a woman. I need to use the loo. You just have to say, where's the restroom?
Yeah.
And it's there for you, or it's there for the men. Where is it for us? Why are we supposed to, over there also you're making us choose male or female? Something as basic as that, I have to think about this. Why aren't there gender neutral toilets? Which is a thing, like any airport you go to anywhere around the world, they also have gender neutral toilets. I'm not asking you, you know, to give me some special concessions या मेरा tax जितना हम पैसा कमाते हैं तो हमें आप tax rebate दे दीजिए क्योंकि हम transgender हैं. हमने आपसे कुछ नहीं पूछा. But this is basic respect.
You are a role model for so many of them now. But my question to you is, when you came out, you didn't have the validation from someone else because there weren't conversations like this happening.
Yeah.
So how did you get the courage to be yourself at that point of time?
My parents have been absolutely amazing. Like my mom comes with me everywhere and my dad will always ask me where I'm going and this and that, and they're not young. You know, it's like, it's not like they're young parents.
Yeah.
And they, when people say no, but you know, it's very difficult for parents to understand, it shouldn't be, because you're their child.
Yeah.
You're not their straight child or gay child or, you know, male child or transgender child. You're their child first and everything else should come later. And that makes you a good parent. And first of all, you become a parent because you have a child.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a child, you wouldn't be called mom or dad. So you should give them that respect and say, and they didn't choose to be born to you. You chose one day that you wanted to make a baby, and now that's the baby. You need to deal with it. That's called adulting. And I know that a lot of people don't have this.
Yeah.
They don't have supportive parents. And it's not unfortunate for them, it's unfortunate for the parents that they couldn't be good parents. Because I'll tell you something, I have about 225 children myself. I didn't have to give them birth.
Yeah.
I had to give them love.
Yeah.
So motherhood is an emotion and it's a behavior. It's not the physical act of giving birth.
Do you remember probably the first time where you saw instances which was more on a feminine side, or any inclination, if you could like vaguely remember?
I used to love watching a couple of TV shows which we were not allowed to watch, but we hum log chupke se dekhte the, when mom and my grandmom used to watch. And I used to love strong women representatives, like Mandira Bedi was doing a TV show back then. Then there was Neena Gupta, who was doing so many amazing things. And when I used to see them on television, and also we used to get, you know, shows like Bold and Beautiful and Friends and Will and Grace back then, where there were a couple of queer characters as well. Okay, there were LGBT characters that were shown very nicely in those. The first time I saw RuPaul, the drag legend, legendary iconic drag queen, I saw them on Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And then they come as a man, and then they put that some magic wand, or they do this, and then they become this gorgeous woman. And I'm like, that's me. As a kid.
As a kid?
Yeah, I was just like, oh my God, I can do that.
Wow.
I want to do that. You know, I felt represented. So imagine if I felt represented looking at someone from a different country, from a different race. I felt represented just looking at that for 3 seconds. Imagine if there is transgender people playing transgender characters in films and getting work in the mainstream media or pop culture. How many lives it will change. And I come from a privileged family. Why aren't we talking about the kids that come from smaller towns? Would you play Shah Rukh Khan's biopic? Would people believe it?
No.
It's crazy. Because if somebody had to play him, it should be or if Shah Rukh had to play Indira Gandhi's biopic. Does it make sense? So are we asking for the stars and the moon? We're just asking for representation, that's all.
Because you're talking about representation, you know, in the media it was shown, the representation part was shown in a very bad light for a very long time, and that's why when we grew up, all of us were conditioned to sort of see, you know, trans people in a certain way.
Yeah.
How do you think that is changing?
Everybody thinks now we are all only standing on the street to sell our bodies or beg. This is what you've seen in the movies by far. Maybe now recently you must have seen better representation. That also not with a trans person, but so see this. अरे नहीं but इतनी अच्छी love story दिखाई है हमने, but trans कहाँ पे है? Where is the trans actor? So what are you doing us a favor? Oh my God, should we be like really thankful to you? The story was beautiful. I'm not going to take it away. So many films have had. But people, why they think we're always only on the street, or we're only selling our bodies, or we're only begging? Because this has been conditioned for us to believe. In the 90s, films are horrible. Not one director or filmmaker has come out. They don't have the to come out and say sorry and apologize to billions of people that they've harmed in the 90s. Growing up, we have been touched in the places we shouldn't have been touched. We've been bullied, we've been hit. We've been abused just by, even if I just like walk now at this point of life, I still get called names.
Yeah.
So imagine somebody from a smaller town. What must be happening to them? But again, see, even today, I'll tell you, Taapsee, Bhumi, all these girls, Taapsee, Mrunal, Thakur, ये तो टीवी के है, ये क्या एक्ट्रेस बनेगी? कितने लोगों ने उसको अपनी उसकी शक्ल पे बोला था? She is doing wonders for herself, for her family, for her art. I'm so proud of these girls. Taapsee said, अरे नहीं, ये तो साउथ की है ना? ये क्या करेगी? अभी पूछ रही है ये क्या नहीं कर सकती है? I'm so proud of these girls. So, and I think that more people should keep citing Bhumi. What roles has she not done? And they've all broken the stereotype कि actresses का straight बाल होंगे. Taapsee तो आई है like a lioness. You know, Kangana. There are so many girls that have broken these barriers.
You face so much and you still are. Did you ever wish you were straight, or let me quote it this way, you wished you were normal?
Are you breathing straight air right now as we speak in that section of the sofa? And I'm breathing transgender air. What's wrong with people? So how am I abnormal and you're normal? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very stupid.
Your parents also never bothered what the society said?
She shut them up, and she said that when they said to her, it must have been so, it must be so
hard.
It must be so like troublesome, no, to see that your son is not your son. And she said that, no, actually it must be troublesome for you, no, to see that I have one child who is a son. And then the second child can be a son and daughter and both. So are you jealous? My mother tells them.
Wow.
That's my mother. She's like, in one child I got a son, daughter, everything. And you mind your own children, she said. See, nazariye ki baat hoti hai.
Do you think somewhere now that there is more conversation, inclusivity has become a fad also, and we're deviating from the crux of like the meaning of why we're getting inclusive, and it's become more like a fashion?
वो एक ऐसे टिक मारते हैं ना, ये बॉक्स, एक औरत होनी चाहिए टीम पे, एक ट्रांस पर्सन होगा, एक चलो कोई गे लड़के को पकड़ के डाल दो ना एडवर्टाइजमेंट में, एक्सपोजर के लिए. आपका एक्सपोजर लेके मैं मेरा बिजली का बिल तो नहीं भर सकती ना. तो आप पैसे दें, आप रिप्रेजेंट बोल रहे हैं, रिप्रेजेंटेशन देंगे तो आप हमें भी उतनी इज्जत दे. You know, it's all of these things. As you said, you know, for clout बोलते हैं ना, हाँ, yeah, we just to show.
हाँ, just to show.
Happens a lot, still. In fact, now it happens a little more, I think. Just today in the afternoon, one brand called me. Oh my God, we have to have you be part of this campaign. We want to celebrate the female in you and, you know, and the female energy because you celebrate both like this and that. I said, yeah, great. Okay, talk to my manager, she'll speak about the budgets and stuff. No, we were thinking, I just cut the phone. And then you keep thinking, I know you want to give exposure. I don't want any exposure. What exposure at this stage?
Yeah.
What exposure you're giving me? And then she said, we will promote. Yeah, we'll promote it. Actually, the team got in touch with your manager earlier and for some reason it didn't work out. So I thought I'll just call you only. I was not going to change.
Yeah.
She's representing me only.
Yeah.
You know, and she works with me. It's not like
yeah.
ये सब exposure आप अपने खीसे में रखिए, ये हमको नहीं चाहिए.
Right.
You know, it's very basic. See, again, respect.
It's everything.
The same brand has an actress as their ambassador. They must have torn their pockets, sold 1 or 2 kidneys to pay her, and that is okay.
Yeah.
तभी दीदी को भी देना चाहिए था exposure. तो थोड़ा उनका वो जब बचा हुआ था वो हमको भी मिल जाता, थोड़ा कुछ exposure के अलावा, या तो फिर लोगो चेंज कर देंगे हम एक दिन के लिए प्राइड मंथ पे. हमारा रेनबो कलर्स लगा देंगे. उससे बिले शायद भर जाए इनके, you know. तो मेरे को पता नहीं इनका what is the thought process.
Do you feel like people are sort of hypocritical in the sense, like I said in my introduction, they'll always teach you to be yourself, but when you actually become yourself, they'll judge you for it?
Yeah, it's true.
Have you faced people like that in life who've been like, beta, do what you want, and then, probably talk behind your back?
No, but if they talk behind my back, there is a reason, because they are behind me. So I'm not going to keep turning. I'll get spondylitis, babes.
Love this ass.
I'm not going to go like that. ये क्या बोले क्या नहीं बोल दिया तो बोल दिया, मैं थोड़ी बदलूंगी. देखो हम कहाँ बैठे हैं 21st सेंचुरी में, 22 में. पता नहीं मेरी तो जवानी खा गई कोविड ने अपने आप को 3 बार अपग्रेड कर दिया. आप वहीं पर है.
Wow.
So it's like, it's crazy. So if we don't support each other, तो आप कहाँ की ऐश्वर्या हो जो आप अपनी राय दे रही हो? But it's true. It's true.
You've been an actor, you've done reality shows, you're a singer. It's endless. You're even you've got your masters in psychology as well. And still, when you asked for work, were people more concerned about your gender rather than your talents?
I received my first nomination on television as a host back then.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing that after that I got like a couple of shows, and then they started typecasting me. इसको बिची वाले scripts दे दो, क्योंकि अगर ये कुछ बोलेंगे तो the men will also not feel bad, the women will also not feel bad. So give Sushant these type of scripts जो लोगों को नीचा दिखाए, उनके क्या पहनी है, this that. I had to do one show like that, and I apologize for that because I didn't have a choice. I had to feed my family. But अगर आप हमें दूसरे scripts ही नहीं देंगे तो हमें काम तो करना पड़ेगा ना, नहीं तो then I have to go back on the street. It's like that. It's very simple. You have to also give work on the basis of your art. I've had music directors, some of the biggest music directors. These two are duo, and they told me I sang the track. On the track I sang. They stood up and they did the drama.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh my god, क्या गाया है यार, रोंगटे खड़े हो गए. My god, phenomenal. क्या गाई हो तुम. So I said thank you sir, कभी आके हम कर लेंगे फिर सीधा, we'll do the take. We'll record it and नहीं, बट प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, हमने प्रोड्यूसर को पूछा और उन लोग ने हमें कहा कि ये किसके लिए गाएंगे, मेल के लिए गाएंगे या फीमेल के लिए गाएंगे, तो हम आपको नहीं दे सकते. अरे बट आपको पसंद आया ना गाना जो मैंने गाया था, अभी वो प्लेबैक क्यों बोलते हैं उसको?
What I want to know is
much truth.
Yeah.
Now they'll shake like this. इसको काम नहीं देंगे. वे ऐसे भी कहाँ दिए इतने सा. मैं जगी हूँ, जिनको काम देना है वो देते हैं. आपसे डर के रहें भैया तो फिनिश. देखो.
Do you think the media sort of underplays the audience and underestimates the audience, and we are conservative to bring out changes like this?
Yes, I believe that it is our duty as people in the media to put content that is clever content, intelligent content. क्योंकि अभी जो आप देख रहे हैं ना, जो what films that are doing very well, they were considered art cinema. तो मेरा जूता उतरता था तभी. ये आर्ट नहीं, ये असल जिंदगी है. This is the reality.
Yeah.
तुम खेतों में दिखा के, और उसका मेकअप, हेयर परफेक्ट है. ये कहाँ से रिलेटेबल हुआ? उसकी साड़ी अटकती नहीं है झाड़ों में, वो भाग रही है. कैसे भाग रही है? ये क्या है? इतना VFX कर दिया तुमने फोटोशॉप करके. These false ideas of love can only be like this. Love can only be like this. Everything has a happy ending. Everyone should be positive all the time. wow, you know, it should be like, oh my God, everybody should be respectful of, you know, this, that, and this. You have to have a husband. You can't ever get divorced because nobody will marry you again. You don't even need the star, the celebrity. Because today the star and the celebrity is the script.
True.
And the content. That's the star.
How do you deal with people who have homophobia?
I don't deal with them.
At all?
मेरा बहुत time खोटी होता है. Instead of that, you know, I'll read a book.
Yeah.
I'll say the Gayatri Mantra. I'll go and ask my neighbor. इनके साथ बात करके क्या मिलेगा मेरे को?
No, but
What
when
will
you
I get?
face in person.
क्या करेंगे but? When I was younger, what I used to do is then there was people used to be like देख. So I used to be like 1 minute. तुम सब देखो 1 minute दिखाते. Then I used to give my bag to a friend. I used to turn 3 times. देखा? Video लेने गए. It's like that.
When you were young.
Yeah. Means I was in college.
Yeah, but that confidence.
देखो अभी देखा means ऐसा क्या पूछ रहा है मेरे को सुनाई दे रहा है तो तुम देखो अभी बरोबर देखो. So 3 times I used to take one turn and then I used to take my bag quietly and go.
Never bothered you?
No, after that they used to shut up.
I want to know, how did you think of the name Rani Kohinoor and how was she born? And what is a drag queen? Because I'm sure a lot of people don't know what a drag queen is.
Rani Kohinoor was born in a nightclub. Okay, in Kitty Sue. And was born because the owner of the hotel, who is now my drag mother, called me one day and said, Dare, I've heard that you perform very well and you should come. Back then I didn't have Rani Kohinoor, was not my name, like stage name.
Yeah.
I didn't have a stage name. I used to perform as Sushant.
Yeah.
So I performed somewhere and somebody told him, my friend in fact told him, Ishan Sethi told him that, listen Keshav, you have to get this, have you met Sushant? You have to get Sushant to perform. I was like, ठीक है, पैसे मिल रहे हैं ना, exposure तो नहीं. It's not just exposure, yeah. I'm getting money. He said, yeah, this, that, please come, you please raise the invoice, we'll do. पैसे पहले आ गए दीदी. मैंने perform करने से पहले मैंने तो इतनी इज्जत. You know, so it was like, you know, I became Trupt. I was Trupt that night. So I said, very good, I had to fly to Delhi. I went to Delhi and I did an amazing performance and Keshav came on stage and, you know, he said that, he told me, you must look at the audience, they love you. You know, your multiple voices, you this and that and stuff. And then he said, you have to do drag professionally. So then the next day, अभी वो उसने बोल दिया, वो स्टेज पे बोल दिया. कोई 1,500 लोग थे वहाँ पे, 2,000 लोग थे. Now they are looking forward and on social media they're saying, we are waiting for you to, you know, oh God. I was like, now you have to do something. अब drag queen हो, तो Rani. Rani means queen.
Queen, yeah.
And then Kohinoor because...
And Kohinoor is also written very smartly, like Kohinoor.
Yes. But जिस बार को लोग नीचा देखते हैं अपने नज़रियों में, वो मेरे लिए मंदिर था. Because at that point, that gave me love. It paid my bills. It took care of my family. And it didn't judge me. वही बार में नाचने वाली आज आपके देश को, you know, represent करेगी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पे. So never look down on somebody where they come from. Because you never know where they'll go to. My thing is that yes, it might sound weird, it might look weird, but that's not going to stop me. I'm going to keep going.
Lastly, what I want to know is when Section 377 was decriminalized, how did you feel? How liberated did you feel?
Oh, I was sitting with my mom at home. My dad was already giving an interview. हमने तो expect नहीं किया था because उसके पहले 2 बार reject हुआ था ना. We were waiting and when the news came out, my mother and I have jumped and she's got a dislocated knee and she's jumped. Even with that, we've fallen to the ground and hugged each other and cried for 20 minutes. And for me to see my mom see this day where her child is not considered illegal.
Yeah.
Because all those years we were considered not human only. And I think then after that things started changing. Now I'm a recognized trans person on paper. I have my documents and it's beautiful because it's been a journey.
It has.
And I'm glad that I was on the front, you know, front line of this in the performance art.
Things are changing, it's getting better, and thank you so much for being such an inspiration to so many out there. I'm sure you're making at least one life better, more than one life better out there. So thank you and kudos to you and your parents.
Thanks.
This is a humanity hamper.
Yay! I can see Chipotle on. Namaste everyone. This is Sushant Divgikar, aka Rani Kohinoor. And if you like this, you better like this video. First of all, if you like this, you better like this video. Share, comment and subscribe to Pink Villa, darling.